feel the raw emotion, share in the tears, and rejoice in the power of connection. Only on The Susan Show, right here on YouTube.
Respect, empowerment, passion for people, and reuniting families bring sparkle to her eyes. Where there is despair, you bring joy to the broken-hearted. You give love, you got so much love. Susan Show.
For hundreds of people on the island, someone is missing from their lives. Often years of searching yields no results. This series was created to help, offering another chance to persons desperate to find long-lost relatives. Growing up without knowing who your parents are is the sad reality for some persons. This can lead to a life of many questions and no answers. Stephanie Brown came to our show to try and find her mother, Beverly McPherson. Here's her story.
I'm looking for my mother. Her name is Beverly McPherson. That's what I saw on the birth paper. And it says she had 5 previous children before me. I was the last child. And she was living in Elliston Road, 5 Upper Elliston Road.
Okay.
And my father went away on the farm work to seek better life.
How long ago was that?
I born in 69, so
Right.
maybe I don't know when was that.
Okay, would have been after you were born.
Yes.
Right. So what's your father's name?
I don't know, but my grandparent that grew, the gentleman name is Wavell Morris, and his mother is Alice Campbell. On Mother's Day, I would cry. So many times I would cry. Wanted to know a mother. I just want to know what she looked like.
And you have children.
Yes.
So you would like her to know them as well. And your brothers and sisters. You said your birth certificate showed what?
5.
5 other children. Tamika McPherson is Stephanie's niece. We had a chat with her before the two meet. It's our Caribbean Connections reunion series, and it's the story of Stephanie Brown, who came to find her mother, Beverly McPherson. Now representing the McPherson family is Kamika McPherson. I spoke with your brother Trevor in Canada, and he said that, he's not here, so someone should come and represent. He chose you.
Yes.
What can you tell me about what your brother told you about this young lady?
First and foremost, my aunt that has passed, she was the one I went to.
What's the name of your aunt?
Denise Thompson.
Okay.
I went to visit her. She said to me that, come here, my niece. So I said, yes. So she said, because actually she cannot see. So she said to me, I was listening to Susan show.
Yes.
Where this young lady was on it. She did not remember the name. And she said, but she know for sure that the lady said she lived with, apparently she thought the man that she was living with was her father. And finally she found out that it wasn't, and she didn't know her mother, all of who that she thought was her family.
Right.
So she said that the man told her that her mom name was Beverly McPherson.
Right.
At the time she had just 5 kids and she was living on Elliston Road side. She said the lady said she would love to meet the young lady. So I said, you did not get the name? She said no.
Wow.
When she told me that, I then left and called my brother, and he was saying that, okay, because my grandmother, she had pressure. So,
okay.
So
Hypertension.
yes, so at the time, he said that he's going to find a way, or we can ask her how to get to know exactly. Yes. He spoke with her. She said that she always wanted to meet this child, but she came here like twice.
Came to Jamaica?
Yes, and she did not know exactly where
the child was.
But she would love to find her, but she don't know the first step to take.
Right. So she admitted that she did leave a child.
Yes. Then at the time, my brother asked her if it was a boy or a girl. She said yes.
She said yes what?
Yes, it was a girl.
A girl,
So he began to ask her, why. So she was saying that at the time she had 5 kids, so where she was living, they put her out, so
Oh
she
my.
did not have anywhere to stay.
Right.
And it was this gentleman who saw the child and decided that he's going to take her.
Did she say
So-
anything about the child's father?
No, not that I know, because
Okay.
it was basically my brother telling me.
What she said?
What she said.
How old did she say the child was when she gave her up? Did she say?
No, she didn't. He did not tell me.
And they are sure about the child because of the address and the name and everything else, yes?
When my aunt told me, I was saying, well, that really sound like her because I'm living in the area same way. No,
At the same house?
no, not at the same house,
Okay.
but it's the same area.
Right.
So I said, I'm sure that she was living there.
Yes. That's your
'Cause-
grandmother?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure of that. Even my dad, everyone was living there before they migrate. So
Right.
I was sure about that. But I was told that it was like because of the peer pressure, she went to this church. So it was the church who had sent her away
Sent your grandmother away?
to America because they help persons.
Okay.
So, yes.
They helped her to get abroad.
Yeah.
So she was able to bring up the other children.
After she settled, like sort out herself, then that's the time she tried to help the others.
And of course, your brother is over there, and his father is somewhere in England,
Yeah.
but all the other children are in America,
Yes.
and so is your grandmother. Now, you guys always knew that there was another child out there?
No.
Or it's just when it came on TV?
When it came, my aunt
wow.
told me about it.
Wow.
Because we don't have like close relationship with her either. Because she's living overseas. Like when she come, we would hear that she's here and then we like visit her, like see her for one, but they didn't take the time out to know that much.
And subsequent to that, I understand your auntie passed.
Yes, like when she told me it was a week after she passed.
We're waiting on Stephanie to arrive now to hear her side of the story and to meet with you. And you have some pictures of your grandmother to show her. Stephanie Brown is not sure who she's here to meet, but before she sees her cousin, we spoke to her. It's our Caribbean Connections reunion series, and it's the story of Stephanie Brown, who came to find her mother, Beverly McPherson. Now, you're such a sweet lady, and I'm sure you were a sweeter little girl.
Yes,
Why you think your mommy would have want to leave you?
I don't know. And I really don't have any animosity about it. So I just want to know the truth.
What did you hear from the persons who had you?
What I heard was that my mother, she had about 4 of us, and my father went away on the farm work. And apparently she had it rough with us, so she gave away 2. And this gentleman was passing one day going to work, and he saw me with my mother on the road. And
Yes.
he said, "What a nice little girl, you can't give me this little girl." And my mother said, "Yes."
Right away?
Yes,
Wow.
and he took me and carried me to his mother, and his mother now took me from there to the country.
And which country was that?
St. Anne.
And that's where you grew up?
Yes, a little. I didn't stay there for long because
Okay.
I come back to Kingston, and I went to Alpha, and then I go back again after the 80 election. I went down again because the war was
Yes,
so.
yes.
So we went back to country, and I went to school in St. Anne, Clarksville, and then my father, the gentleman that took me, he's come back for me and send me back to Jamaica School of Business.
He really loved you as a little girl.
Yes, I really like them too, because they didn't mistreat me.
Yes.
Yeah, but I wanted to know my identity.
So when you told them that, what did they say? That you want to go search for your parents?
He wasn't pleased. Yeah, he wasn't pleased because one of the time he was saying, "You can't go about things like this." But it normally hurts me sometimes at Mother's Day when I heard mothers, you know, and I normally cry, but I kind of get over that, but still I want to know my identity.
How did you know about your father? You said he went away on the farm work.
I don't know nothing about him. I only know that my mother's name is Beverly McPherson, because it's on my birth paper.
Right, but how did they know that he went on the farm work? It must have been
Maybe-
your mom who told them
Who
that.
told them that?
Right.
Yes.
So he went away and found. Why was she on the road with the kids?
Maybe she had it hard with us, so
So as you said, there's no animosity.
no.
Should you find her now, what would you want to say to her?
Why? Why it took so long, and if she went in search for me.
We found family members of the Macpherson side, and we have here today someone who would be your niece,
Really?
and we want you to meet her today. She will tell you all about the rest of the family.
Wow.
How do you feel about that? Her name is Kamika Macpherson.
Okay, Susan.
When we come back, Stephanie meets her niece and speaks with other relatives. Stephanie Brown is not sure who she's here to meet, but before she sees her niece, we catch up with her. Kamika, this is the young lady on TV.
Okay.
You see her cheeks are like your cheeks.
Yes.
Your nose is like her nose. I don't understand. There's some strong resemblance here.
And it's basically the same way.
The same thing. Shorter leg
mother.
of your grandmother. So your grandmother, what's her name?
Beverly McPherson.
And that is the name that she used on TV, right?
Yes.
Go around and take a look at her, man. Look at her. Scout her out. She looks like the grandmother.
Yes.
So, ma'am, you want to see her now? This is your niece, Kamika. This is your auntie, Stephanie Brown. The grandmother trait is very strong. Now, you are the daughter of,
Trevor McPherson.
and he is the son of,
Beverly McPherson.
so you have one brother down, Trevor. How many children does your grandmother have?
All that I know of, I know of Richie, Colin, Karen, and Petrona. And she also have Alric. We call him Ricky.
Right, so that's 6. And then she make
7.
all right.
I guess the last one is the one that died.
Who, Alric?
No, Petrona.
Petrona. What happened there?
She was on the roadside. Like war was in the air, and she went to wait on her baby father, and she got shot up.
Where was this?
Franklin Town, yeah.
Do you know that she still lives near where your mom used to live?
Really?
In Franklin Town.
Yes, because I heard that, I guess they said all of my relatives are in Franklin Town, and maybe I've been passing them most of the time. I don't know, because I actually live out the whole of Franklin Town. I lived at Sussex Lane, Northumberland Lane, Albert Street. I lived at Glenmore Road. I live at Fernandez Road. I remember that. And
Why you move so much places?
because we were just from Fernandez, Franklin Town, so you know.
So
When
you
I
rent
was
one
much
space here?
smaller, I remember that I lived out most of those road.
And those are places you're familiar with, Kamika?
Yes.
So can you imagine she was so close?
I heard that my mother was living at 5 Upper Elliston Road.
Right.
Yes.
That is what they use to put you with her. The 5 children before you, the 5 Upper Elliston Road, the man who she gave you to, all of that.
Yes.
So I'm sure you want to know where she is now.
Yes.
No, but first we have to call who set this all up. Hold on, his name is Trevor. We called Tamika's brother, Trevor, who is in Canada, so he could speak with Stephanie.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Trevor.
My aunt that passed away, she's been watching the show and tell us that we should ask her grandmother if she ever had a child out there, you know, because she saw this lady on Susan show. So I tried to get in touch with her and ask her, and she was crying, you know, and she's like, yeah. But she said the reason why all this happened is because at that time she'd have the kids and so much stress on her.
Okay, Trevor, who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Grandma,
And what's her name?
Beverly.
MacPherson.
Yeah.
And where's she living?
Well, she lives in the States right now.
She's alive and well, yes?
Yeah, sure.
You hearing that, Stephanie?
Yes.
I told her that I'm going to try and get in touch with her because when she told me about the whole incident, what take place when you were a baby, because based on what she explained on her life, I didn't know that my grandmother been through so much, you know.
Right. What are some of the things she told you?
The kids, they rent this house in Elliston Road and the guy threw her out with the baby and she'd have a young one at that time and she went up to Meadowbrook to give Stephanie to my hand to keep because she didn't live anywhere and she didn't have nothing and she have to be on the road and my aunt refused, said that she already had the younger one. This is my dad and my uncle.
Right.
So she cannot accept anymore, so she'd have to let her stay with someone. But she didn't want to go deep down, you know, because she was there crying and I don't want to stress her too much because I just palm sudden on her with this conversation.
Yes, and we understand that she's ill. She suffers from hypertension.
Likewise, myself.
Yeah. She said that she want to meet her, but she don't want to ruin her life, you know. But she said that every day she think about her, talk about her.
All right, Stephanie, what do you think of that story?
I believe it. And I still love my mother even though I don't know her. I love her. I want to see her. I just want to see what she look like. I want to hug her.
Yeah, I understand. Don't cry, man. You're gonna see her. Grandma said that she wanna go to Jamaica, but she don't have any money right now. So I told her, don't worry, you know. So I'm just trying to help out.
What message, Stephanie, do you want him to take back to your mom right now?
Tell her that I love her. I want to see what she look like. I missed out on so much. I don't know what it is to have a mother. I don't know. I've never get a mother hug. I've never get a mother love. I just want to see her, see what she look like, feel connected to her. I just want to see what she look like. I don't have no form of hatred. I will not keep any form of animosity against what she did. I just want to sit and talk. I just want to sit and talk with her and know the truth.
Yeah.
Because it's been hiding from me from over many years now. One day, the man that took me, his mother, one day I saw a picture of a short lady when I was at country. And when I take up that picture, I said, wonder if this lady is my mother.
That's why you thought he was your father?
Yeah. When I took up the picture, she said, give it to me, you're too fast. And right away, it connected in my head that this lady must have been my mother. Yeah, I said, this lady must have been my mother.
Do you see Lisa, Tamika?
Yeah, man, she's right here, but we haven't shown her the pictures yet. That's why. I'm going to ask Amika to do that now. Just hold on a second, Trevor. Stephanie was very emotional when she finally got to see a picture of her mom.
Who is this?
Who is this? Who you think it is? Who do you think it is?
This is my mother.
This is your mother. That is your mom.
Oh,
She favor you?
yes,
Yes. The cheeks?
yes.
The nose? The little round face?
No, it's your mom, Steph.
Yeah.
It's your mom, honestly, it's your mom.
All right, show her what she looks like now. She's doing a portrait shot there, man. She in studio.
Yeah. Yeah. That's Richard. That's
Richard.
your brother, Richard, yeah.
Okay.
Richard, yeah. And the one in the helmet, that's Colin.
Who is the sister? Karen.
Karen.
So everybody is abroad.
Yeah. Everyone, except Petrina, because Petrina passed off.
Right.
I went in search for my mother. It was because of my boss. Because I was at lunch one day and I was telling her that I don't know what it feels like to have a mother. And she said, come on, Stephanie, tell me about it. And I was telling her, and by the day finish, she took me in the car and she drive around Franklin Town, and she was in search up and down. Yes, you know, I just want to tell my boss many thanks, because she started out the process, and you know, she never stopped. She never stopped.
I'm gonna make sure I find Stephanie, and then we'll do like a family reunion and try to get back together.
We have come to the end once again of a very emotional story. You're a softie. But the one Kamika going like she tough over there, you know. But Kamika, what are you thinking right now?
It's the same for my grandma. The first time I saw her is when my aunt died, and that's when I was like in grade 6, and no, did not know that I have other aunt out there. My aunt that died, she was the one who, you know, told me about this. She was the one who let you reach this far. I hung up. There isn't anything else out there that I don't know about, but nice meeting you.
I'm so happy. I'm happy, but I can't even explain right now, but I feel a little joy in my heart. Yes, I feel something. And I guess when we meet...
You heard the story about your mom and you have forgiven her already in your heart.
Yes, I am. I'm a Christian, I do.
Well, we're happy for you. This is where we jump off the train.
I want to tell you thanks to Susan, because you are doing a good job. And thank you.
You didn't tell me your boss name, though, you know. You're showing off about this boss and I don't hear her name yet.
It's Dr. Delia Daniel.
And thank you for coming.
Thank you too, Susan. Yeah.
You knew that I found her?
No, I didn't know. Most people was telling me that maybe she died. And then when she died, my heart skipped a beat, and I said, when I said, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Maybe because it's the age, like your age.
Yeah, I was checking up on
because
the age.
of her age, so they would say why. Because I was saying it to, like, you know, friends, and they were saying, well, she's good because I am that age. Why still searching for your mom, and like you passed the worst? So
We have 50-year-olds who are looking.
There is a void. There's always been a void. Yeah. And I would always like to have a sister. I would always say I would like to have a sister. I don't know what it is to have a sister. Yeah.
Well, you have a lot of them now, so we thank you so much again. Next, Stephanie comes back to tell us what life is like after finding her mother. After finding her mother and other relatives, Stephanie's life has changed. She came back to tell us all about it. It's our Caribbean Connections reunion series, and it's the story of Stephanie Brown, who came to find her mother and father. And Stephanie, you have indeed found your mother.
Yes, indeed.
Tell us what happened the last time we were here.
Well, the last time I came to find my mother, and eventually you came up with a niece of mine. Yes, which I was so happy. And from there, you know, she sent me a phone number with my mother.
But first of all, was a young man in Canada?
Yes.
What relation
yes,
is he to you?
He's
again?
my nephew.
Your
Yes,
nephew, and
yes.
his name?
His name is
Right.
Trevor McPherson.
He is the one who instigated and started up all this
Everything,
thing.
yes, yes. So that's where my niece met me with you. And then from there we went to her house, and I hooked up with my mother that night, and we talked a long time.
So what was it like? Was she emotional? Were you
Yeah, she
emotional?
was- she
Because
was-
you're emotional already.
She was emotional, and you know, it was a little sad and happy moment.
So what did she say? We're excited to hear what she had to say.
Yes, she was, and she broke down after a while because of what happened and how everything went. But there and then I encouraged her that it's not about the history, it's about finding her.
But what did she say? What happened to her? Where did she go? All of that.
It's a very sad one. When she got me, it was very hard on her. She was to give me to a lady.
Where
And
was
she-
all this happening?
In Franklin Town. And hoping to come back for me, they took me to the country. And she said she came back twice, but she couldn't find me.
The lady took you to the country. What part of Jamaica is that?
St. Anne.
Okay.
Yeah. And she came back twice, that's my mother, but they couldn't find me.
So where did she go after that? Because she said she couldn't find you, but she's now in the United States.
Yes, eventually. She was going through a little rough time, and she have family in Meadowbrook. Families, a lot of families in Meadowbrook. So they, because of her rough life, they gave her a trip.
Yes.
Somebody lined up a trip for her,
Right.
and she went abroad. And
But I understand that she had also asked that set of family for help and
to help me,
and
but they didn't want to.
could-
They said
or
no
they
more
couldn't.
because she had given all of them to that
to
set
that
of
sort
family.
of- and all of them
And
meant
I was
how
the
many?
last one.
How many we talking?
5.
Right.
And I was the last one, the 6th
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
So
Which
when
would have
they
seemed
say-
a little unfair at the time,
Yes.
eh?
When I was a baby and they say a baby, no more. So that's all comes, she gave me to that lady. Anyway, she got a trip and she went to New York, and there she worked. She said she sent things back to the
The other set with
other
the
set,
family
but
Meadowbrook, yes.
she didn't know where my whereabouts was. And so years went
Many
by.
years.
Yeah, years went by.
Over
I
40
would
years.
cried out sometime when I would think about mother, especially Mother's Day. I would think about it.
So what had she been thinking about you all
She
these
said
years?
she'd think about me too, but she don't know where to find me. Because I asked her, I said, you never one day think about me? And she said, every day she think about
Yeah.
you, because it's on her mind.
So did she tell anyone about you? Did she?
Her
Tell
two
her
big
family.
son,
Yes.
that's it in England.
So eventually everybody went abroad, all her children?
Everybody, she take
Oh.
up everybody.
Wow, but she couldn't find you.
Couldn't find me. Years I was there, having a void. Every now and then I would think about it. I write prayer requests.
So what's been happening? It's been a couple of months.
We've been talking a lot. She sent me money too. And she even promised to send barrel. But I tell her that it's not about the things and the barrel, and it's about knowing you, feeling you,
Yes.
want to know what
So you haven't met her yet?
No, but she said there's plans.
Yes.
It's in the making.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but and I just talked to her. Yeah,
Just now?
Just now.
What did she say? Well, I spoke
I
to
was
her
the
too.
one who woke her up. But she's going to church in a few.
Yes. Well,
minutes
she
on.
seems very appreciative. 'Cause
Yes, she is.
She said that just now, that she thanks us for bringing you back to her. So you just want to hold her now.
Yes, just want to see her and hold her.
You've talked to all the other siblings?
Not all,
Just those two
because
brothers?
she don't open to my sisters yet.
Why is that?
I don't know. She don't
So
tell
they
her
don't know
other
about
daughter.
you?
They know, but they don't know that they found me.
Okay. So why is that
I
connection
asked
not
her
made
why
yet?
she didn't.
Yes.
Why she didn't? She said she's waiting on the timing, because that sister is a little miserable.
I guess she has her reasons after so many years.
Yes, because I think one of the reasons was that she took a long time to send for them.
So maybe
Yeah,
there's a little bitterness
and
there.
the struggle that they went through at the family, I think they had
Probably has not forgiven her fully
yes,
yet.
not fully.
Wow, such a story. But tell me about Mr. McPherson in Canada.
Oh yes, he came down.
Yes.
Yes, he came down in December. And I was at work that day, and I was cashing, and I feel somebody staring me down, and when I take a second look, I look, and then there and then I just picture it. I just know it was a family.
Wow,
Yes,
wow.
and I have to stop cash immediately and went out, and we hug each other. Yes, we hug and greet. Yes, and from then you keep visiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
You must be glad to find his auntie.
Yes, you're doing a good job.
Thank you so much.
You're doing a great job. Keep it up. And I know your reward is great. Yes. Because you have meant so many lives. Yeah, because it was years I would cry. Day and night I would cry. But, you know, to God be the glory.
Well, you seem much happier.
Yes.
Much more. You haven't cried yet, and we've been on for like 10 minutes.
No. The last time I cried.
So how does it feel? How does it feel? Do you feel
Like I'm somebody again. Yeah.
Somebody again?
Yeah, I feel like I am not an alien no more.
Yes.
Because I used to feel like, where do I belong? I don't know where I belong. I don't know who I am, you know. But now, I know that I had somebody, have somebody.
Were you able to learn much about your father?
No.
And she would know where he is now?
No. I think he's history.
Okay, so you're putting that to rest? Or?
Yeah. Okay. The greatest thing is my mother.
And based on the story which she told you,
she told me.
Yes, you prefer to have that.
Leave that alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Thanks again, Susan.
You're most welcome.
Oh God, you're great. You're a great woman.
Thank you so much. And so are you. You're better now for having known your family.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, we're glad to do this for you. Let's smile.
Finding your long-lost relatives will not solve all your problems, but it can give you the answers to questions you may have, and for some persons, it's a sense of closure to knowing who they are. Remember to keep doing good in your neighborhood.
Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notification to see videos as soon as they're uploaded.